I've always found rare and discontinued items in games fascinating. Items that could be acquired at one point and then never again. Items that most often do not give any overpowered stats, yet they are still sought after by collectors who are willing to spend a significant amount of in-game currency, or even real money, to be the owner of such an item. The first thing that comes to mind for me are discontinued items in the early 2000s game RuneScape, particularly the famous party hats. For those unfamiliar with party hats, these were cosmetic items only obtainable from Christmas crackers during a Christmas event back in 2001. So the party hats being traded between players now in 2024 were originally brought into the game almost 23 years ago, which is insane to think about. But as an Idleon player, this got me thinking, what discontinued items do we have? I began by looking through my own storage chest to see if there were any unusual items that I might have acquired at some point and then forgotten about. And eventually, one item caught my eye. This item was obtainable by defeating the World 5 boss for a while before World 6 was released. I also remember having a similar item that was dropped by the World 4 boss before the release of World 5. I don't believe these items are particularly rare. However, according to the wiki, there's another IOU item that was dropped by Idleon, the World 2 boss, and it was only obtainable before World 3 was released. This makes it somewhat rare to still own, especially since World 3 was released in April back in 2021, when Idleon didn't have nearly as many players as it does now. But there are many more items that might be considered discontinued, like these premium hats for example. These could be obtained either from a limited event or from the gem shop. And as long as Lava doesn't change his mind, these hats will remain completely unobtainable for new players. So if you have any of them, make sure to put them on and start flexing. We also have the Nightshade and the Baldin name tags. The first one mentioned was gifted to all players who played Idleon through Steam, while the other could be bought for 2,500 gems in the gem shop. And according to the wiki, these name tags are now unobtainable. However, they could easily be brought back as an event drop or be re-added to the gem shop by Lava at any time. In contrast, the IOU drops I mentioned earlier have no reason to be added again. One item that only a handful of players have that won't be brought back is the OG trophy. It was only obtainable the first week or so after the game's release, and also to some game testers in early versions of the game. So those are some of the potentially discontinued items that we have in the game, and there are bound to be more. However, I actually have some more interesting things on my account to show you. Things that a player creating their account today will never be able to achieve. Do you notice anything strange in this image? No? Well, take a closer look at my sheepy. Do you see it now? Let me explain. At one point, the sheepy's trait was changed from a defender to a sniper, and I hatched mine before that change, and I've kept it since. So hatching a sheepy with this trait isn't possible anymore. Another strange thing that I can show on my account are these two empty star talents. I can even put points into them, though it doesn't seem to do anything, at least as far as I can tell. I actually have an older clip of me unlocking them. Back then, one of the talents even had a placeholder image that looked like this. You could get these talents by having more than 999% VIP library status, which was enough to exceed the limit that Lava had set. It was a simple oversight on his part, but it was kinda funny. A bit later, the limit was raised to 9,999 instead, where it stands now. These talents will probably be replaced with real ones at some point, but for now, I'm stuck with 2 empty talent slots. I think that these anomalies share a similarity with the discontinued items that I mentioned earlier, in the way that anyone could achieve them at one point, but now it's no longer possible. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you have any other weird items or occurrences on your account. I bet there are some, given Lava's spaghetti code over the years. No offense. But that's all for now. So as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video.